Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a very simple job. It's a 2004 Toyota 4Runner, and what happened with this one here is the vehicle was parked and the battery went dead overnight. They had to have a jump start, and the following day it was dead again. Now I do know some history on this vehicle already because I did recommend a couple of months ago that they replaced the battery, but they didn't do it. So today it's here to have the battery tested to make sure it's no good, and then to go ahead and replace it. Now, so here you can see that everything is normal. Okay, it's in the normal range, so we know that everything is okay. The alternator is charging properly. All right. So now I'm going to show you how to go about replacing the battery. Now you can see there's a lot of acid on here, so we're going to use some penetrating oil just to try to get through this a little bit. We're probably not even going to take this one off because looking at the condition of that, it doesn't look like it's going to come off, and if it does come off, it's definitely not going back on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we do anything is we're going to disconnect. Let's get some height up here so you can see what's going on. So like I said, we're not going to disconnect this because that's too badly corroded. We're going to loosen this one up instead. Alright, so we just disconnect this one right now. Like this. We're going to take that little bracket out just like this. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this out just like this. We are going to take this over to the bench and we're going to clean this up. We're going to neutralize that acid. You know what? I'm going to show you how to neutralize this before I finish this job up. Before we go any further and we do anything else with this battery, we're going to go inside the vehicle. We're going to take our jump start box like this. We're going to connect it in the vehicle. We're going to take this end and plug it into here. And then this end, we're going to plug it into the cigarette lighter or the accessory port. And then we'll turn the key to the on position, and that will save the memory on the radio. We're plugged into the accessory port inside. You know what? Let me bring you in there and show you what I mean. All right, we got our battery box plugged in here. And we have our jumper in here, so that way it actually is, still backfeeding power into it, and we turned our key to the on position. We have, we always want to take off the negative battery terminal first. The reason you want to take the negative off first is because if you're taking off the positive like this, and this wrench was to accidentally touch something made of metal, it would actually short out and cause a problem. So by disconnecting the negative cable first, that makes everything safe and you're not going to have a problem. You still do need to be safe. You still need to be careful with it because you are backfeeding power through the accessory port inside the car. We're going to take this and we're just going to bend this back out of the way like that. And we're going to take this one off here. That. We're going to take this, I'm going to take it off just like this, and now we'll take the battery out of the car. I can tell this battery was definitely no good because it's all wet down in the battery box as well. And now we'll put our replacement battery back in. And make sure you put the battery in correctly, negative and positive, okay? Negative, as you know, is the minus mark. Positive is the positive mark. Now, before we put that back on, we are going to clean off the ends just to make sure that there's no oxidation or any kind of corrosion in there. All right, that we don't have to clean, but it is clean because it's brand new, of course. Now we're going to reconnect our positive first. And then we'll tighten it down. And we'll reconnect on negative. Okay, now you don't want to over tighten these and break them, okay? Now they sell a stuff that's called battery protector. It keeps the battery from getting corroded. I always put a little bit on there just to protect it. There's all different kinds you can buy. This one is actually made by 3M, or Permatex I think actually, come to think of it. Alright, now this cable connector goes up, the protector goes over the top like this. And now we're going to reconnect our battery hold down. But first I'm going to show you how to neutralize it. Let me just show you something inside the vehicle now. Now, if you've done your job correctly, you'll notice that it still has the time, 8:32, and everything is still set the way it was before. Alright, so now let's fire it up, make sure it's okay. Alright. Okay, let me take you over there and I'm going to show you how to neutralize that oxidation. Okay, the way we neutralize that oxidation is you come over here and you take just a baking soda and then on water, and you just put some baking soda in here like this. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. And then we're just going to take this. We're going to take this apart, of course, here, so we don't make too much of a mess. And we just stick this in here like that. I don't know if you can see that, but you see how that thing is bubbling like mad? It's actually neutralizing all of that oxidation that's on there. So we're just going to let it neutralize for a little bit. And it takes a lot of the oxidation right off of it. And it neutralizes everything that's on there so that the acid won't go any further. Okay. And now this one here, we're just going to let this sit for a little bit. And we're going to let that sit in there, and we're going to turn it over. We're going to do this side over here, and then we're going to rinse it off under the water, and we'll come right back. And you can see how that thing is bubbling. Look at that. It looks like it's regular acid just eating it up. Okay, so we're not going to get everything off. We're going to get the good majority of it off. All right, so we're going to take this over to the sink now. And we'll just clean it off with some regular water. But you can see it takes off almost everything. Now this one here is already rotted through practically, but it does take off the majority of it. We're going to rinse it off under the sink or underneath the water, and then we'll come back. But you can see what it does. It just eats up all of that oxidation and gets rid of all that crap. So, all right, let's put it back together. Okay, and we just put our hold down back in here. We're going to hook the front one on like that, and then we'll connect that back one up. Okay, we'll snug it down. See if this one turns. I got it. Oh yeah, look at that. It turns. Now we're going to put a little bit of penetrating oil on there too. And that's it. Alright, battery's in and nice and tight. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Our battery's in. We saved our memory on the radio. We saved our memory on the GPS. And we also neutralized all of that acid on there. We put battery protector on the cables to keep anything from corroding up in the future, and that's it, we're all done. Before you change the battery, check your alternator, make sure you don't have a problem with the alternator. In this case, I knew this battery was no good because, like I said, months ago it was in. But if you have a battery that is a fairly new battery and it continually goes dead, make sure you do a parasitic drain on it just to make sure that there's nothing draining it down. Maybe an interior light is left on, maybe a brake light is staying on. That's a possibility. So make sure you check it thoroughly before you go ahead and replace the battery. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.